Wednesday, November 18th, 1987. Toward the end of rush hour, a passenger riding up the Piccadilly line escalator drops a lit match. By chance, the match falls through a gap in the wooden steps and lands on the trash-clogged grease of the escalator running track. 7:29 p.m. 16 minutes to catastrophe. As the fire takes hold beneath the escalator, commuter Philip Squire sees the glow. He tells the ticket collector, but when they look from the top, the 30-degree angle hides it from view. 2 minutes to disaster. Firefighters arrive and assess the fire. It should be easy to contain. But what they can't see is that the trench effect is causing gases from the fire to superheat the wooden steps. 20 seconds to go. As passengers step into the ticket hall, the superheated stretch of escalator spontaneously ignites. Disaster strikes. Flames surge up the wooden steps, traveling at 40 feet per second. A jet of fire erupts into the ticket hall with a heat output of 25 megawatts, as much energy as a jumbo jet uses during takeoff. "31 people caught in the ticket hall inferno die from burns and inhalation of toxic smoke."
Underground, the main part of the station was cut off from the surface. The fire had started on an escalator leading from the Piccadilly line train into the ticket hall. It engulfed the hall, and smoke billowed back down the escalator to the platforms below, where trains were still arriving. On the platforms, there was chaos. Officers didn't know the layout of the station, or that there was another route, the Midland City entrance, through which passengers could have escaped. The only way out was the same way most had arrived, by train. But some trains had been instructed not to stop, leaving the desperate passengers stranded. Other trains did carry passengers away, but new passengers got off and were left behind at the station instead. Officers directed them away from the burning escalator onto another platform, the Victoria line, and up another escalator. But this route just took them back into the blazing ticket area. People were forced to turn. They had to struggle back down an escalator that was still moving upwards. Back on the surface, the fire was so intense that firemen were quickly overcome by the heat and fumes. Reinforcements were needed to keep up the search for victims and break through the flames to the passengers trapped underground. The next day, police investigators moved into King's Cross Station to inspect the destruction. Somewhere in the ruins, they hoped to find vital clues to the cause of the fire.
When I went down into the concourse area, it was completely devastated by the fire. I actually looked around and saw that the booking office, which was made of both plywood and metal, had been completely destroyed. The walls were black. The air itself was very, very smoky still, quite clearly the next morning. The roof had gone, the ceiling had fallen down. The top of the escalators were completely destroyed, the handrails and the woodwork of the escalators. The actual place could only be described as devastation.